Hi, yo, good morning. What's going on? I want to talk about shifting your perspective from scarcity to abundance. I feel like a lot of us, have a scarcity mindset, and we're kind of programmed that way to be in a scarcity mindset, and to be thinking that, there's lack and that we don't deserve stuff, etc. But you can change your mindset and get into an abundant mindset. It just takes time, it takes power, but that's where you find so much more success. A lot of us struggle with the lack of money. And I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, you have your rent coming up, and a lot of us pay rent. You decide to go out with your friends, and let's say you spend $200 at the club or drinking, and you kind of go over your budget, and now you start to feel worried, restless. You start feeling irresponsible. You start judging yourself, and you start feeling oh shit, I'm not gonna have enough money to pay for my rent at the end of the month, plus groceries. Sorry, I don't know why I stuttered there. Plus groceries. And you start to get into this negative mindset, and now you become extremely conservative because you now went over your budget, and you're I only have this much money that I can use. So you start to conserve. So when you're going out, you're either not buying groceries, or you're not buying food, or you're not really living life. You're coming from such a lack mindset. And what a lot of people don't understand is that money is an energy, and when you're coming from this lack perspective, you're cutting off the flow of money coming in, because you've now created this negative energy, and it's stopping the money from wanting to come in. Money is abundant. And in order for money to come in, you have to be in an abundant energy. And you have to realize that money is abundant and can come from multiple sources other than your paycheck. So you're worried at the end of the month because you're assuming that you're only going to have so much money. And the only way that you're going to have enough money is coming from your paycheck. And I get it. It makes sense. You work a job. Where else am I going to get money from? But when you're in that scarcity, when you're in that lack mindset, that's all you can think of, and you only think that you can get money from your paycheck, and that's not true. When you're abundant and you connect to your highest self, that's where you get the power. That's when you can manifest things. That's when you can be in the best energy, and you're going to receive more money because of the state that you're in. You need to be able to neutralize your negative thoughts, which is creating that lack, by reaffirming abundance and trusting that you will have more than enough money at the end of the month. No matter how you think it's gonna come, you trust that at the end of the month, there's gonna be enough money to pay for your paycheck. Not this, I only have this much money, I'm not gonna be able to pay for it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You have to neutralize those negative thoughts and realize that I don't know how, but I will have enough money at the end of the month. I put my trust in the universe. I'm switching my mindset from lack to abundance. I'm becoming more abundant, and I realize that there's gonna be a lot more money at the end of the month. I don't even have to stress, I don't even have to worry. And it sounds insane, but when you connect to your highest self, that's when you're able to do that. Embrace the idea that suffering arises from resisting your highest self's perspective. And you need to understand that it's not unethical or irresponsible, to receive abundance effortlessly. You are worthy of receiving abundance. But a lot of people don't feel like they are worthy. A lot of us are no, I can't get anything that I didn't work for, we grow up on it's good and bad. I didn't deserve abundance, so I don't get it. But that's just not true. You are worthy, and you know that you're worthy of abundance because we're all connected to a higher power. And that's just how you know. So the next time, I tried to use this as an example, I don't know if it makes sense, but the next time you go over your budget, or you're kind of worried about how much money you're going to have and how you're going to live within a time period before you get your next paycheck, try and shift to an abundant mindset where you're I trust, no matter how, I don't know how, but I trust that the universe is working with me, and there will be enough money. Call up your landlord and be yo, here you go, here's a payment. Without having to be fuck, I fucked up, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, I messed up, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I feel like if you come from this state of mind and you are more abundant in life, you're gonna see so much more money like coming in. And some tips to kind of become more abundant is by affirmations. You know, I said like by reaffirming abundance. So, you know, writing down, I am abundant, you know, like try and make yourself believe these things like every single day. I talked in another video about like how to be confident, and like affirmations are so key with anything that you know, want to tell yourself and you want to reframe your mindset. Affirmations will help with that. And if you're just constantly telling yourself like, you know, I am abundant, I am somebody who trusts the universe, I am somebody that trusts that I have enough money, you're going to start to believe it. You might not necessarily believe it at the beginning, but eventually you're going to believe it. So it's extremely important that you program your mind and get into that shape or form, because that's where you're going to have the success. You know, whenever we're coming from a scarcity mindset or a lack, like, you know, you could come from scarcity with girls, you can come from scarcity with jobs. And when you're pushing out that energy, you feel like there's a lack. You feel like you're not deserving. But when you're abundant, you know, everybody who's successful is abundant. You know, I deserve success. I deserve relationships. I deserve amazing people. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Be abundant. There's no reason for you to be in a scarcity mindset or be worried. You know, like everything works out. And if you shift your mind to that type of mindset, you are going to be rewarded. I promise you that. So, peace.